Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am ZD Love. Welcome to my home. We are here today to talk about the Braxton family, season 7, episode 3. And first of all, let me start this off by saying I would like to thank Trayce, her father, and her brother Michael for saving this episode. Let me just start there. First of all, the rest of the people on the show are just so shallow. They weren't talking about a damn thing. Tony and Tamar zoomed in to talk about Tamar signed up at Harvard or some bullshit. Tawana and Trina were having some irrelevant conversation. They don't keep it real. I'm going to put it to y'all like that. Trayce, you are not like the others. You're not. And it's good. It's okay. Accept that and be all right with it. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's start out. They start the episode. Trayce trips, like I said to y'all before, that's some shit that I would do. And then, Trina does her nuptials or whatever. So the dad had said that he wanted to sing the song to her. Now, the whole last 2 episodes, it was talking about how the daddy can't sing, but he wants to sing anyway, right? So the dad gets up there, he's singing to Trina. He really doesn't know all the words or whatever. And so Trayce just happens to be standing there and he hands her the mic, right? Now the camera pans over, they're kind of bombing the song or whatever. And you can see Trayce is going through something, which is mourning, okay? She's clearly in mourning over the loss of her niece/daughter, Lauren, Michael's daughter. So the singers of the family are sitting over there laughing and clowning them, right? And that's exactly what they were doing. They can call it what they want. So they're like, we weren't laughing at you, Trayce. So when Trayce got back to the table, her daughter-in-law, Olivia, was like, they was laughing at you. So they got mad at Olivia. And it was funny because Miss Wanda was sitting there. Miss Wanda wasn't saying a damn thing. And I hear that, Miss Wanda. I likes me some Miss Wanda, okay? But Miss Wanda's like, I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm not getting involved because y'all are going to attack me either way. So she said nothing. So Trayce excuses her. Well, back to the singing. So my thing was, like I said, since they know the words, why didn't Tony or Tamar or someone step up there and sing the song with the father? Hell, Trina could have sung the song with the dad. It would have been just as cute. You know what I'm saying? But instead, no, they complained about it like it was like a big deal. But again, they have no storylines. They ain't talking about shit. That part of the Braxtons are not talking about anything. Like I said, Trayce, Michael, and the father actually have some substance going on here. We give a damn about what they got going on, yes. So Trayce excuses herself. And then they all kind of come to the back and then like a little argument breaks out. Things turn ugly. Kevin comes back there. Tawana's like, go get Kevin. Kevin comes, and then they all go back out and sit down, and continue on with the day. But like I said, it was a lot of nothing going on this episode. However, Trayce and the father ended up, and Michael ended up meeting up. And they're like, where you been? We haven't heard from you, So they're like, you need to get some help. Something is going on. And I stress therapy. I was just telling one of my friends earlier, like, some of you are just locked in a box and you don't even know it. And the thing about therapy is just to get tools for you to get over the hump, to get through this trying time, And we all go through things. And this is why some people succeed and some people don't, because some people have tools. Right. So Trayce went to the therapist and then she was like wailing, and I was wailing with her about the loss of, like she said, her daughter. She said she can't talk to Michael because it's like she lost her daughter too. When you lose a loved one, like she said, she was very close with her. They lived in the same area and, that was her daughter. And that was a loss, a major loss. So she's grieving that. And you felt her pain. You felt her emotion. Like I said, I cried too. Mm-hmm. When you've lost someone you love, that's a pain you never get over. So I could feel what she's going through because she's in the beginning stages. I'm like 24 years down and counting. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that was the episode. I think, if anything, I feel like they have They don't respect Trayce's feelings. A long time ago, they told her that you're not a part of us. And, everybody's like, somebody left in my comments from my last video, like, she needs to get over it. It was 30 years ago or whatever. Here's the thing. You don't just get over it. That's what people tell people all the time. That's why there's so many hurt older people and so many, abusive people in the world. It's because they didn't get over it. You don't just get over some shit. You got to work through it. You have to address things. Sometimes you may have to end a relationship. This is it. We're not, we're going to let it go or whatever. But there needs to be resolution. People need to get their feelings out. People need to understand what it is you're feeling. They don't have to accept it. And I only say this to them because they're sisters. You know what I mean? But you need closure. They got to work through this because this is ugly. It's really ugly. And, yeah. And Trayce wants a resolution. But does anybody else is the question. So Tawanda also got a man that Trayce is not feeling. And I'm going to have to just put my money on Trayce. Because she's down to earth and she keep it real. She's a real sister. She's not really in a spotlight like that. Say that 3 times. And you know what else Trina said that kind of troubled me? She was like, she's the more challenged. Like, she can't sing or whatever. I don't know what she was trying to say, but I didn't really appreciate that either. Because you were sitting there and you could have sang too. It could have went. It wasn't like, it was kind of a low-key wedding, So you could have did whatever you wanted to do. It was your day. But I just kind of felt like they did make Trayce kind of feel a little inferior when they did that. Because why were y'all laughing? Why didn't one of y'all just step up and sing too? Y'all could have stood up where you were and sung the song with them as a family. And that could have just been cute. In the end of it, it was 2 minutes. But then even then, Trina made it known that, that was a bad part of the wedding. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out what I saw. Mm-hmm. So that might be why, Trayce feels shade sometimes because y'all are actually shading her. Right. She's not making this shit up. Mm-hmm. I did appreciate Tony said, well, maybe we're doing something that we're not aware of. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Stay on that train. Stay on that train. You're going in the right direction. Right. Acknowledge some shit. Mm-hmm. Acknowledge it. I mean, just imagine, though, you're a part of this group. These are your sisters. They leave you out. And then they continue to talk about, how you're not the most talented. You're awkward. They showed some clips like when Tony was saying that Trayce needs to lose weight. Yeah. Just imagine that all the time. People have feelings. People do feel a kind of way. And her feelings need to be respected. That's just how I feel about that. And they honestly need to be thanking her because had her segment not been on this episode, there would have been no episode. And that's even with the wedding. Right. It was all about Trayce this episode. Real talk. Because there was nothing going on. Like, when I tell you these ladies ain't talking about a damn thing, not a damn thing. I don't know. Maybe next week they're going to get real. We're going to keep hope alive. We'll see what happens. But so far, I'm just like, really? Really? Thank God for Trayce. That's all I'm going to say is thank God for Trayce. Braxton. Because Evelyn, Tawanda, y'all are all just wearing too much makeup. I'm telling you, I just feel like all that makeup adds an element of fakeness. And I'm not here for it. Like, y'all are really hiding from who you are. I feel like it's a mask. That's what I guess I'm trying to say about the makeup. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you put that on and then you get into character and you're not really who you are and you're not really addressing the real issues because the shit was just so surface. What the fuck? What are we watching this bullshit for? What's really good? And we know that you guys are having issues. That's the thing. We know there are issues. And then you say you don't want to put your business out there. You don't want to be portrayed a certain way, but yet it's a fucking reality show. I'm sorry. It's a reality show. So what are you talking about? Huh? We the people are confused about that. It's a reality show, but you don't want to give us that real. Then we don't want to see it. Like I said, give the show to Tracy and to Michael and Michael, because we're fucking over y'all. At least Tracy's trying to actually work through some things. You ladies need to be guests. Tracy needs to be the star of the show this season, because basically she is, from what I've seen so far. Mm-hmm. So I hope next week we can get into something real. I see Tawana is getting engaged. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. I don't. Do y'all? I know y'all don't give a damn either. You know how I know y'all don't give a damn? Because we didn't give a damn about Trina's third wedding either, right? And we don't give a damn about Tawana's boyfriend and her new fiance. Okay, she already had a husband and some kids on here. We don't care about this dude like that. What is going on with the sisterhood? That's what we want to hear about. Okay, let's get to that real shit. Not that bullshit that y'all giving us. That was some bullshit. I'm sorry. Like I said, Tawana got a boyfriend. Oh, God. So what? And did y'all see Tamar all laid down in a chair with David's arm around her? And, of course, he couldn't be seen or whatever. But some more bullshit. It's that fairy tale bullshit. It's that I got a man and a boyfriend bullshit. We as grown women, we know better than this bullshit. They're my age. Right. Upper 40s, 50. I know Tamar's still trying to say she's 40, but no, she's not. And even if she is, let's get over that bullshit. Like, as long as I have romance and a man in my life, then everything is great. The fuck out of here. Nah, not necessarily so. Y'all notice how they always pumping that fairy tale shit? Boyfriends and romance. And then what did Trina tell Tawanda? It'll be great not to have sex and sin or something like that. Oh my God. Too old. I'm getting 23-year-old vibe from this bullshit. I'm telling you, we 48-year-old women, 50-year-old women. We got real shit going on in life. Tony has an autistic son. Aren't both of her sons autistic, I believe? Why doesn't she talk about that? Like, what is she doing? We know she does work for the Autistic Foundation. Tony has lupus. She could talk more about that. I mean, anything except that bullshit that they talked about this week, which was nothing. They vaguely touched over Lauren, but they didn't get in depth like Tracy did. But there's got to be more going on here than nothing. First, it was about Miss Wanda not sitting at the table. This week, it was about Daddy not being able to sing. Then Daddy and Tracy ruined the wedding with their song. And you had nothing else except Tracy at the therapist. And I mean, that was powerful. That was a lot. But what are the other people bringing to the table? We need y'all to expose some things about yourselves. Let us in. Give us something to grow on. Because you're just giving us superficial bullshit and we're not here for it. I know I am not. Drop down in them comments and let me know what you think. I appreciate you watching. I hope I touched on everything. Y'all notice I didn't have my handy dandy notes because it really wasn't that much this week. But I'm sure I forgot something. Those little details, those little giggles, those little kikis mean so much to me. All right. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the thumbs up. I am the one and only DD Love, and I love you. See y'all later. Deuces.